Hey guys, you're welcome back to Stephen and Allison TV. And how are you guys doing today? And hope you guys are doing great. There's this video that has been speculating about one Miss Oluwatoyin that have four children, 16, 12, 8 and 5, that doesn't belong to the husband. But firstly, let's talk about the importance of doing DNA tests. You know, the way the government enforce genotype and blood group, they should also enforce that rule again. All the hospitals, government hospitals or private hospitals, everywhere, they should be able to enforce that, so that if there's anything, because people, a lot of people will say, no, I trust my partner, I don't want to do it. It's not about that. Sometimes if you check, if you go for this DNA, this thing, to be able to, you're able to know if that child has an ailment that that child has already contacted from maybe the father side or the mother side, because sometimes you might not even know about it. All these things are very important. And again, it will be able to help the parents to be able to take full responsibility for the children, because sometimes when parents give birth to children, maybe you have like 5 children, for example, maybe two now look like the father and the mother side, the remaining three might not even look like them. The father might even jokingly say, these children sef oh, they don't look like me, they don't look like you, I don't know where you brought them from. They might be from maybe their ancestors or great grandfather or great grand, because our lineage is very long, like is wide. We might not look like our father, we might not look like our mother, but we will look like somebody in the family, and the family is very very large. So, and your husband might not know all your family members, likewise your wife too. So, but if they put this DNA thing in circulation, it will help them. So they'll stop saying, because sometimes even the mother can even say, I'm not even sure this child is even my child. This child does not look like me. Maybe they even change the child in the hospital. All these things boils down to we making sure, we should enforce the government. We should make sure that they enforce this law of DNA tests, so that once you give birth to a child, after a week, or let's say after a month, you go and run a test. A lot of things will be uncovered. I'm not saying some people like to say, tell them this one that they will not say the father is not the other child, or the mother is not the other owner of the child. That is not it. There are a lot more. There are a lot more aside from you knowing the paternity or the maternity of the child. There are a lot of things involved. Some children, you give birth to them and they don't look like any of your family members. They even look like they look different. But with all this, if they do this DNA test now, they will be able to, when the father see the test and the mother see the test, they will not have any doubts. And you've seen some families, just because that child does not look like the father or the mother, they will not take care of that child. They will put that child one side. Even the man, he might not want to say it to hurt the mother's feelings, because he might say it in his mind, this child safe, be like, let me get this child. Then he will now start exempting himself from the child. And the child might like say, what did I do? My father does not like, my mother does not like me. Did I do anything? Or I don't know my birth parents. All this kind of assumption keeps coming. There are a lot of things at stake here. Let us look at the bright side. Yes, I know what Mrs. Tony did to her husband was so unfair. That one aside, but this other one is even now this one they even pain pass, because I've seen in some families, they have like 5 children. Now only two go resemble papa and mama. The remaining three no resemble anybody. In fact, they go even they ask the siblings, are you sure these ones are your siblings? You guys don't look alike. This one does not look like mom, this one does not look like daddy. They might look like their ancient uncles or grandfather, lineage and all that. So because there was something that happened some years back, a husband and wife, they had a baby girl. So the child started having health challenges, only for them to check, and they did, I think, something now around them doing DNA testing. It now happens to be that the man is not the owner of the child. The woman swore, she said lie lie. She swore on her life that she has never cheated on her husband. Only for them to now, the health practitioner now said, okay, let us do a maternity test to be sure that, to know, so that they will know where to, interfere in the matter. Only for them to carry out that test, and lo and behold, that child does not belong to either the man or the woman. This was just a simple misunderstanding. There was just an error, and that was when they gave birth to that child. So the hospital, they now had to sue the hospital and do all sort of things, do investigation for them to now know who and who gave birth on that same day the child was given birth to. So let us not sit down there and start talking and start judging women this, women that. Okay, this Mrs. Toyin now, I'm not trying to defend her. Oh. We've not heard her own side of the story. Quite alright. Because me, I believe there's always a two side to a story. If anything should happen in this life between couples, there are always two sides to a story. You don't take one side and say and now relax and say yes, he have said it, or no. You hear from the man, you hear from the woman. How can you be married to a man for 16 years? The man could not even pregnant her for even one, and they are living in the same house under the same roof, and she has 4 children. At least it's not like the woman, maybe the woman give birth come say okay, one eye for the man. 16 years, what was the man playing? How are we even sure that the man is even able to father a child? How are we sure he's potent? How are we sure that he can be able to pregnant a woman? These are all the questions that you people are not asking. People are always saying, ah, women, hey, it doesn't make any sense. There are two sides to a story. Call it whatever you want to call it, but in my own side of view, I believe the woman has a story to tell. Likewise, the man too. Let her explain her own side of the story. Why the man will explain? Because I see no reason why you have to be. It's not like the man is somewhere else. You are in the same house for 16 years, a decade, and can you imagine? Nobody's saying anything. Everybody is they're just lambasting her. They're just saying all sorts of things and all that. If it's your own family member, I don't know whether you lambast that person like that. But come to think of it, if she the woman has not said anything. The woman hasn't said nothing. She just, well, I don't know why, but they should hear her own side of the story, because there's always a two side to a story, not just one side. So guys, that's it though. Like I said, DNA testing is very important, not only for maternity and paternity, but for other things, genetic makeup, lineage and all that. The child could even have an ailment that they might not even be aware about. It's better for them to do this DNA test so that if there's anything that's going to endanger that life, the child's life in future, they can be able to prevent it from a very tender age. And every other thing, a lot of things. So government, please, you people should enforce it. It's very, very important. When a woman gives birth in any hospital around the world, let them enforce it. In Nigeria, oh, I know that outside it's not like that, but in this our Nigeria we would do so. Once a woman gives birth, they should make sure it should be a law. They should enforce it and they should carry it. So guys, thank you for always watching and listening. I mean your girl. Bye guys.